Hey there. I am. Well, you go first.
I'm Preston White.
Hello.
I am his wife.
And I am Michael White, and this is our channel where we review campgrounds of North Carolina and state parks of North Carolina. So, the last park we went to was called Jones Lake, and it was a wonderful time. We stayed at Site 15, and it was actually really fun. And Preston here has some positives and negatives about it, and I have some negatives and positives about it. And we're just going to go through it so that way, when you want to plan your next vacation, you can go there and have some idea of what you're in for. So, Preston, would you like to go first about your positives and negatives?
Um, I had a lot of positives about Jones Lake State Park in North Carolina. Um, they had a beautiful, beautiful lake. It's very shallow, so the kids can swim. You don't have to worry about it getting too deep. Um, and they have a boating dock. You can do canoeing or paddle boating, and they have like a grilling and picnic area right beside the lake.
A lot of grilling and picnic areas.
A
A
lot,
lot.
and some are sheltered.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then they even have like a little area where you can have big parties. And then
That does get filled up quickly, though.
it does.
It does.
And they had public restrooms out in the lake area and the camping area, which I greatly appreciate having 4 children. And then
It gets a little hectic with diapers. So having that around is really a blessing.
and plenty of trash cans.
Yes. And they also have a hot cold dump station out there at the main picnic area beside the lake. So if you go there and you want to get like ice cream or something like that, that was one of the negatives because they had another building outside beside the lake where you could get um, ice cream, drinks, and things like that. But it's only cash. So if you want to pay with card, you have to go back into the visitor center, tell them what you want. Lady will ring you up, and you pay with card. Then you have to walk all the way back out there just to get what you want. So we had to do that because we had card, and we needed some more ice. So Preston was nice enough to go and get ice cream for the boys while I was cooking, and ice, and some more drink. And which the ice wasn't badly priced. It was more closer to the coast you get in North Carolina. The ice goes from $2 to almost $5. So it was really nice to actually have it really affordable. But they did have nice area for you to set up and picnic and enjoy your time at the lake. The boat rentals there were $5 an hour. Was it $5 or $10? I won't say
Five.
$5 an hour. So they rightly priced. Everything's free. You don't have to pay admission to get into the park to go to the lake, and it's actually one of the bays of North Carolina, which is kind of cool because the bays of North Carolina is a mystery hill. We don't know how we got them. We didn't have no glaciers hill. We didn't have none of that, but we do have bays. Which, if you're in a plane and you're going over North Carolina, you'll see big outcroppings of bays on the east coast of North Carolina, which is really cool. And again, if you hear one of our children in the back, it's because we have 4 boys. So it's nice to take them out. And my junior ranger, which is my oldest son, he got to get an expert badge from Jones Lake, which is something North Carolina does. You have a junior range program. You can take your kids out there. You get a little book from the visitor center, and you fill it out with your child and have them going through all this self-guided tour on the booklet. And they will fill it out. You take it back, and the ranger of the park will swear your child in as a junior ranger and give him a PAX. And if he gains enough acorns, is what you're looking for in the book, he will get an expert PAX to go up underneath it. So, but we stayed there for one night and 2 days. It was just a weekend getaway, which we go to a lot of parks, so expect a lot more content when it comes to reviews of parks from our channel. But right now it's just Jones Lake State Park, and it was a wonderful time. But some of the negatives I have is you want to go during the weekday. You don't want to go during the weekend, mainly because it is slam packed full. This is one of the free things about state parks is if it's got a attraction like a free lake, you're gonna have a lot of people there. And the park ranger was very knowledgeable. He used to work at Lake Waccamaw, which is another state park here in North Carolina, and he informed us that on the weekends you ain't gonna find a picnic table. On the weekends, the hiking trail, which was absolutely wonderful, which I hiked every single one of them, they're going to be slam packed full of people. So expect to run into things that you expected not to run into. Which, for all little weekend getaway, I still ran into some things, which I'm going to add into my negatives. But it was absolutely beautiful park, and just plan accordingly on when you go. And the kids really had fun out there. They really did. Because I dropped them off to go hiking that day. And, I don't know how they did when I was gone hiking, but
they did pretty good. We swam in the lake, and they even got some Gatorade and things like that from the concessions. And they really had a really good time. I mean, we even have an infant, and he was able to sit at the water edge and play in the sand. And the boys had a great time, and they even made friends with some of the other kids that went there. And you can get souvenirs at their store. Like I have a Jones Lake shirt.
I had to get you a shirt.
Yeah. And they have an exhibit right there in the same building as the store. So you can have a learning experience as well as a fun day.
Now, that was one of the negatives I had about Jones Lake. It's the visitor center. When you walk in, the exhibit portion's to the right as soon as you walk in there. And you have to go into another room. The exhibit wasn't as big as some state parks exhibits are. I believe they could have put more learning material in there for the children and for the visitors. It was beautifully well made. It was a nice flow to the exhibits, but it just really was a small exhibit room. It was dark. It didn't really have a lot of information I thought they should have when it comes to the animal populations or the animals in that region, and snakes and bear and everything else, which we do have. So I figured, since I saw a bear in the visitor center when we first walked in that was taxidermy, I was like, well, maybe they're going to have something there for Charlie about bear history and bears of North Carolina. But no. My staying on the negatives, my negative portion of the hike was people are very lazy. I mean, it's a beautiful state park. So I'm going to put pictures with this video. But it was a beautiful state park. But nobody respected it. And the park ranger even pointed it out. You offer something for free, you're more likely not going to get the best clientele. So there was trash everywhere. There's a hike you can do. It's a long hike around the lake. But you get a split off at the back end. It's called Settlers Trail. And that's going to take you to another bay in the far back. And please be advised, this is a long hike, especially for anyone that's new to hiking and going over 5 miles walking. So it was a ways to get back there. The path was absolutely nice. Be careful because there is a lot of wooden steps, a lot of wooden bridges that when wet, it becomes very slippery. But once you get back there, you can't swim at the other bay. It was absolutely beautiful. Once you get to the end, it's just as far as I can see, it's nothing but water. The bad portion was people left a lot of trash on the hiking trail. And in the summer months and the weekends, the park ranger said he'd be out there with the rest of the staff there at Jones Lake State Park, picking up cigarette butts from the shoreline of the lake. And even though when they put cigarette butt canisters out there for you to dispose of it. A lot of people don't, and he said he picks up thousands and thousands and thousands of butts every single summer because people just can't throw them away. And our dog wants to be in the video. But the campsite was really nice. It did rain and thunder that night when we stayed there. We stayed in our tent. The boys kind of not happy with the younger ones, anyways, because we have children from 7 all the way down to 1. And 1-year-old and 3-year-old was more not wanting to. They did not like the heat. No. But and the rain didn't really cool off anything that night.
No, and we have some that are afraid of thunder too. So,
yeah. So it was quite an experience, but the children loved it. I mean, we cooked out right there at the campsite. It was a beautiful campsite. The bathhouse was nice. It was well maintained, so you could tell people would come out there often and clean that bathhouse. It's a small campground, so I mean, you only have right about 25 to 27 campsites you can actually get there. It's no backcountry camping. For y'all who don't know what backcountry camping is, it's when you actually have to hike to your campsite. Front country camping is what mainly these campsites are, where you can just pull up and unload your car, and pretty much you can take any size tent, anything like that, prop it up. As long as you have room in your car or your truck, you're good to go. But the campsites were well maintained, well cleaned. They really did a good job on maintaining those campsites, because I have been to campsites before at different state parks, and they were not maintained. You find things that you do not want to find. And if you have children, you definitely don't want them to find some of the stuff I find. Oh, that's a whole nother video there. But Jones Lake State Park was a wonderful, wonderful park. Not a lot of negatives on this one. It was mainly all good.
Even while we were swimming, the hospitality or the generosity of people was great. Like since we had 4 kids playing, one lady even gave us a pool noodle, and she told us to keep it, that she had plenty at home, and the kids had fun with that. And another family gave us some little floaties, like the little ring floaties.
Rubber duck floaty.
Yeah.
The kids poured over that one.
And they told us to keep those because they were going to get bigger ones. And he gave somebody the rest of his charcoal, and they gave us a cantaloupe. It was a very positive environment.
Yeah, and that's usually how camping communities are. It doesn't matter if you're RVing. It doesn't matter if you're backwoods camping. It doesn't matter if you're front country camping. The hospitality is always there. Yes, you're going to have some negatives where some people are going to come in and want to ruin everything for everybody else. But the main community of campers are really generous. They understand that, time is hard, money is tight. So if there's any way they can help you, they will. I mean, I had one RV. Me and my son went to Carolina Beach State Park, which I'm going to do a video on that one. Wonderful park, but we ran out of clothes. We all we jumped in the water, we swam and everything like that. We ran out of clothes and towels, and his RVer volunteering their dryer and washer to dry our clothes. And I took up on that, and me and the guy talked while him and his wife dried our clothes, and my kid and their kids played out there in the front. So generosity and community is there, and it's a really strong, tight community. So, campers kind of always look out for one another. So, Jones Lake State Park got a big old A on that one. So, for us, we're going to give it a big A and recommend going to it. It's very good, wonderful lake, very beautiful. And our dog is wanting to wake every child up in this house. But, again, my name is Michael. This is my beautiful wife, Preston. Yeah. And this is going to be our channel. So, again, we're going to do a lot of camping, a lot of park reviews. and kind of give you a heads up what to look for. If you're not a fan of cooking out at the park, town is just right down the road. I mean, literally 5 minutes down the road from the camp.
It's very, very close. Like you can go to McDonald's and bring some back to the picnic tables if you want to.
Yeah. So the nearest town was Elizabethtown, which beautiful town, but you can see how this old modern, well not modern, but old time town used to be back in the 1950s, and everything has now kind of gradually went down because of the economy. But the people there are really friendly, really sweet, and enough options from KFC, McDonald's, pizza, CC's Pizza. You pick it, they have it. So, and if you have to run to town for extra hot dogs or hamburger, which, when we showed up, I forgot to bring something. So I went to town. I bought a little tiny grill to cook out at the campsite. So.
And I forgot a lot.
Well, it happens. But anyway, $20 I was able to save today and cooked hot dogs. So I did my husband and fatherly duty right there. But yeah. So
he's a good cook too.
I don't sit down and blow my head up too big now. But anyway, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for giving a thumbs up if you do, and please subscribe to get more content. All right. Thank you. Bye. See you next time.